I will admit, of the media stuff that did come out of Sony's, the one thing I did look forward to was the announcement of the Powers series. Because I'd heard good things about that comic. It's supposed to be like superheroes meets Law and Order. It's a specific police unit that looks into the deaths of superheroes and supervillains.
I see.
And that's a really cool concept to me, especially since the hero of the series, or the detective, is actually a former superhero.
Yeah. I thought I could make that there.
So I will admit I was interested in that. I want to hear casting announcements and things like that, but I can kind of get where you had the problem of it was too media focused. I will say that compared to last year's E3, nobody was as media focused as that. When we had Microsoft talking about their exclusive deals with the NFL and that eventually panned out and weren't true. Alright, so what do we do here? We open the door! Alright. We are smart, we can play Sonic! Well, one golem down.
Slow down.
And since we talked a lot about the consoles, let's talk about the third-party development. So we talked about EA. And how EA trolled us all. Did you see anything in the EA conference that excited you at all?
Not a thing.
I was kind of in the same department. You know, like, it was the same sports games announcements I've seen every year from them. Oh, look, you can play Bruce Lee in their UFC game. Awesome. But I will admit the BioWare stuff was cool to me. Just because I am playing Mass Effect, and the concept art for Mass Effect 4 was intriguing. I'm also intrigued at the fact that it's going to take place kind of in a new galaxy, and it's not going to have the same politics kind of thing. That'll be interesting to see how they pull that off. And whenever BioWare is into making a new IP, I have no problem with that. Because they've proven that they can handle intellectual properties really well. I will tell people, however, EA's was not the worst. I would actually dare say Ubisoft's was the worst. I had to endure Ubisoft. Because, yeah, it had Assassin's Creed, but like I've said in previous parts on other LPs, I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. I'm kind of done with the series right now. I really want them to take like a 2-year break and work on something else. But as Ubisoft pointed out, we're only going to work on games that sell. So that'll bite them in the ass eventually. And on top of that, I love the fact that the one...
Oh, shit!
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Did we just kill ourselves?
Yeah.
Yes. The one company that comes out with a fitness game was Ubisoft. Yes, Alex, I'm not kidding you. A fitness game.
Wow.
I thought we learned our lesson. Yeah, it was like Square Up or something like that. It was some stupid name. They even brought the developer out to show how easy or how wonderful it was. And it just looks stupid. Okay, I would have taken a Just Dance game over that. I'm trying to think of some of the other big announcements that they had. Oh, man. They really didn't have much. From the creator of Rayman Legends, they're going to do a game called Valiant Hearts, which is basically... I couldn't tell if it was the story of a soldier in World War I or the story of a dog in World War I. But
fuck!
It was one of those two. It was so dinky, but it was from Ubisoft's independent department. Just because you have an indie department doesn't mean you're given good games. And a lot of people might say I'm like hammering into them way too hard. This is in the wake of Watch Dogs coming out. They don't really have a whole lot because Watch Dogs was their big deal. That, and I was surprised that the third-party developers, their biggest focus was racing. Because we had The Crew, we had another untitled racing game, I think, and then we had Forza 5 on Microsoft's. It's like, seriously, guys, I get that there's a market for racing games, and that's fine. But they're not, to me, they're not bringing a whole lot new to the table. And that's why I like games like Mario Kart better, because at least it's kind of outlandish.
Fuck!
It really doesn't look like you can rest in there. Yeah, the biggest thing that happened in those conferences was the Big Three, where Microsoft kind of established their lineup for the Xbox One, established some exclusives, which was really good. Same thing with Sony. Nintendo really, I think, kind of shined a little bit because they finally did what a lot of people were asking them to do, which is, we want third-party support for the Wii U. Show us what third-party support on the Wii U is going to look like. And we got quite a big showing. I would ask Alex's opinion, but he's concentrating on what looks like a piece of crap puzzle. Alright, go, 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 go. There we go. Well, already they succeeded in your head, because, like, you're not a Zelda fan, and you're going to go look into Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Was Xenoblade enough to get you interested?
Maybe a little bit. I didn't see enough gameplay there. You know.
Plus, between you and me, I mean, I'm probably the Monolith Soft player. You've picked up Xenogears, but haven't finished it. And the Xenosaga games, it's the same deal.
No.
Apparently, Alex is allergic to Iblis.
Yeah. I'm allergic.
Oh, let me guess. Avoid the lasers.
Yep. I don't think they're one-shot kills, but they will hurt you.
Okay, cool. So we're further and further. Well, we have more and more Iblis creatures that Alex is allergic to.
Those enemies look like they're guarding that door. Let's start by getting rid of them.
Let's start by getting rid of them. That's some good advice there, Silver. Oh, and it looks like we have empowered creatures now, too. Because those birds look different color.
Yeah.
So now it seems to me like the birds are the bigger threat.
A little bit.
Now, somebody might actually want me to say the Hideo Kojima birds. No. Because they don't look like anything that Kojima would have designed. However, they look like something that Hideki Kamiya would have designed, and so they're Devil May Cry birds. Hey, at least I didn't make an Angry Birds reference. That would have gotten a groan from everybody.
Yep.
So you were interested in Hyrule Warriors. Were you interested in any of like the Mario knockoffs that they were trying to sell? Yoshi's
bit.
Woolly World and...
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I gotta say, I was more interested in most of what Sony was offering.
Oh my gosh, are we done? Are we done? Are we done?
We're just in the next segment.
We're following up, Gliss. Oh, and there's been some news that we actually haven't talked about. At least I don't think in LPs that we need to address, which is Sonic Boom news. So we have a new character. We have subtitles for the games. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the subtitles.
I can't either, actually.
Let's talk about Styx. Styx, the conspiracy theorist badger.
The jungle badger.
Conspiracy theorist badger.
Yeah, she's the kind of the I don't know what you call her.
She lives in the jungle and she thinks the government has hacked into her brain. Okay?
Yes.
She's the conspiracy theorist badger.
Yeah, she's kind of that's something kind of new. We've never seen something like that with Sonic.
Which is kind of sad because like she was supposed to be the second female character, so they kind of set her up to be the best friend character with Amy.
And she will be.
She's wacko. And I've listened to, or I remember you sent me the text about her voice, that you didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't have too much of a problem with the voice. I had a problem with the character. The character being, you know...
Why, too close to home, Adam?
Hey. I know Nintendo puts stuff in my food, okay? That's why I have such praise for Lord Shigeru. I can't even say his name anymore. It's just Shigeru. Lord Shigeru.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
No, that would be Shigure Soma. And now I have to do this reference. High school girls, all for me, high school girls.
One already.
So my overall viewpoint is I'm on the fence about the character. We'll see if it works. I've seen other characters voiced by this actress that have turned out well. I'm just not ecstatic because of the problem we have with the character being she thinks everything's against her.
Well, why is that?
And I get why they did it too. It's supposed to be kooky comic relief.
Yeah.
But it's not coming off that way.
I'm rather intrigued by the character, but yeah, I have to join a lot of others by saying I absolutely don't like the voice. Mostly because I'm tired of chain smokers on helium with cartoon voices.
And that's kind of what that actress is known for.
Ooh, that was close.
I will admit I'm intrigued because, again, it's a female character, and we've only seen concept stuff for Amy. I don't think we've heard her voice yet.
No, well, it's her voice from Sonic Generations and Sonic Colors.
Okay, so is that Lisa Ortiz?
No, that was Lisa Ortiz.
That was 4 Kids.
4 Kids, so that's this game, Shadow the Hedgehog. Anything 4 Kids. Fuck me! How am I supposed to make it?
Wow, it's almost like Silver is Simon Belmont. He's allergic to water. But yeah, I'm not saying that this has totally discouraged me from this series. It has not done that. I would still pick up Sonic Boom knowing who Styx is.
Admittedly, I thought Styx was gonna have an over-the-top, like, Australian accent or something. Fuck!
Well, Boomerang. Never mind. I figured it out in my head.
Yeah, the Boomerangs were gonna like, oh great, she's gonna have like the cartoony Australian accent.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, no.
And you guys didn't see us game over, did you? Did you see
now we
that?
gotta start all over again.
We have to start all over?
Not the whole game, but we gotta start the aquatic base all over again.
Magic cut!
No. No magic cuts. You made me sit through all of Castlevania 2.
And you're making me sit through all this.
Yeah. So there you go. I had to watch The Morning Sun Vanquish and The Terrible Night to Have a Curse 5 times in a row.
A laboratory like this?
Don't blame me. Blame the people who suggested we played Simon's Quest. I was actually going to take that out of the Castlevania list. I was going to take that and the dreaded Castlevania 64 out of the list.
Well, we're not going to do 64.
No, I would not wish that on my worst enemy. That is a bad game.
So yeah, more Sonic Booms.
More Sonic Boom, you say?
Yes.
Boom. Sonic Boom! There you go. No, I can't really think of anything else that has been announced that hasn't been... Because Styx was announced. The game subtitles were announced. I don't think anything has been said about the story yet, or anything like that.
Besides, it's an alternative universe thing.
Yes. It's basically them wanting to reset. Every time I hear alternate universe, I go, reset. You don't want to have everything else there. You want to just do your own thing. That's fine.
Well, I
just say that.
I imagine if this game's successful, we're going to kind of get like 2 Sonic game canons potentially, or maybe not.
I don't even think you'll get that. I think if Sonic Boom is successful, they'll stick with it. Because, I mean, when I first saw the announcement for Sonic Boom, I will be honest, I just looked at it and went, Sega's fishing. Sega doesn't know what to do with this character at the moment, and therefore are looking for other routes to go. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that this is the way they've got to do it, unfortunately. They do have to kind of reset canon and start from scratch. Otherwise, you know, they're going to have scars on their record like Sonic 06. And even with a new canon, you're going to have that, because people are going to be worried that you're going to repeat it. You just had to yank that out of the ground, didn't you? You uncaring hedgehog.
Radical!
Radical! I actually will admit I would have liked to have seen Sonic Boom at E3.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to see that, since it is a Wii U. It's a Wii U 3DS exclusive.
and it should have been shown at E3. Because we haven't gotten anything gameplay-wise other than a dubstep trailer.
I think the reason that we haven't is because they're focusing more on the series. Because if the series isn't good, the games aren't going to sell.
Well, I know they have like a display on the floor at least. But
Yes, they have a demo on the floor, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, but yeah.
I have a feeling like sites like I can't talk right now. Sites like Screw Attack and IGN will have demos going up on their sites eventually, but we don't have any information. But with all the press conferences done now they can look into that. But of course, the best news that I got out of the Sony conference, and I've just got to say this because I have mentioned that I'm a big point-and-click adventure guy. Big piece of news that I got out of the Sony conference was the remake of Grim Fandango, or remastered Grim Fandango. Because I have a little bit of a confession to people. I have played a lot of adventure games. Sadly,
fuck this.
Grim Fandango is the one adventure game I've never played. And I know a bunch of people are going to be like, but Drak, why haven't you played it? I was a kid at the time, and my mom didn't really like the design aesthetic for it. So she outlawed it. And then what made that the clincher was when I got old enough where I could buy it, it wasn't available. So I am very glad that I can finally get my hands on Grim Fandango. And I especially liked how the Sony conference did that, where it was like Tim Schafer writing as Sally, age 12, age 10.
That was hilarious.
Like, I love games, especially games from Tim Schafer. Can you please do some more games, especially ones like from Tim Schafer? And I especially like wait, I thought she said she was 12. No, she's 10 now. And then, oh wait, there's a fingerprint there. That looks like. Oh wait, there's a hand. That's got finger hair on it. We gotta zoom this out. Tim Schafer. Only Tim Schafer could work that out. And nobody would give him crap for it. That's the thing. Tim Schafer's the only one that can get away with that and not get crap. I'm kind of surprised that Sony didn't bounce that back at him and go, where's Broken Age Part 2? Because that's like the biggest thing that people are waiting on. You know, especially all the Kickstarter backers.
Didn't he overshoot his budget and run out of money?
He overshot the budget, he ran out of money, but that's why he brought out Act 1, was to reimburse it, and he did earn enough money to do Act 2. So we know that Act 2 is in development, but we don't have a date yet. And that's probably the biggest frustrating part, is that Broken Age ends on such a cliffhanger, Alex, that you want Act 2. You want to finish that game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like nothing makes sense in the game. It's just simply that you want to see what happens next.
Yay, ball puzzle time.
Yay, and I'm going to be extra quiet so we can give Alex the concentration he needs. See, Silver knows. We Fit is it.
Yeah, Sonic's got a mechanic that can break this section. Silver does not. Okay. I tried to
Yeah, that
hastily-
1-up's not worth it.
Yeah, I wasn't going for the 1-up, but I tried hastily last time too. Just dash through all the gates and I lost, so...
I don't want your throw up.
Fuck you, come on.
Clearly, Alex, the Iblis monsters do not agree with your sending their charges back at them.
Come on.
Because after all, they're not mid-condition anymore. They have been taken out of the box, so to speak.
Yeah, because I can really hit these with these boxes.
Well, let's see. Boom! Yay! Okay, so I think we're back where we were, right?
Close.
No, we're close.
Great!
Those enemies look like they're guarding that door. Let's start by getting rid of them.
Now we have the empowered purple birds. The purple birds of purpleness.
Purple Doom.
Purple rain. Oh no, that's chocolate rain. Drak needs to understand his YouTube references.
Purple Rain was a Prince album, wasn't it?
Yes. I was thinking of the YouTube video, which was chocolate rain. Chocolate rain!
Come on, grab it. Fine.
Which is funny because I didn't even know what chocolate rain was until the South Park episode. Or the Numa Numa guy, or I knew Tron guy. Because he went on Conan O'Brien, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I used to watch Conan O'Brien. Does anybody watch Conan O'Brien anymore?
He's on TBS now, so...
Yeah, he's on TBS, but I don't know how well he's doing there, that's the thing.
Well, I used to watch him quite a bit, but not recently.
Yeah, that's kind of my problem. I haven't watched him since TBS. Or since he moved over to TBS. So it almost makes me wonder, okay, how well is he doing?
I guess he's doing better than when George Lopez had a TBS talk show.
I remember that George was on before him, though. I wonder if he took that time slot completely. It's actually kind of interesting, because I've heard he does game reviews now and things like that. Like, he actually plays games like Grand Theft Auto 5 on the show.
Yeah, it's kind of a parody thing, but...
And, you know, I think you were there when I said it on Geek News Reviews and Opinions, my other show, where Triumph the Insult Comic Dog is getting his own series on Adult Swim.
Right.
So he's apparently successful enough to do that. I used to like Triumph, but they haven't done a good segment with him in a while. Didn't they actually do a little segment where Triumph tried to take the show from Conan?
I don't know.
I would not be surprised if they did that. And right now, Alex does not know where he's going.
No, I do. I was looking for stuff.
Extra lives.
Yeah. Oh, son of a bitch, I missed that.
And now we can't. We don't match the height anymore. Wow.
Threw 3 of those things and only one of them got a hit.
Yeah, but man, the one you hit hard. Uh-oh. Do we not have more stuff to throw?
No, let's hope he charges me.
So, he's coming here.
Alright. Fuck!
Ow.
Jeez.
That was kind of not cool. Oh, and this is where we were. The Magneto Balls of Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I have to use the balls, but you can't be slow, otherwise they'll pop you. Come on. Laser gate. Laser gate, go down. See? Fucking laser gate wouldn't go down.
Was this underwater?
Yeah, Silver, what the f do you think?
Do you not realize where you are?